Peace, guys. In this video, I'm going to talk about the trade deal that we've seen happen today between the US and the UK and exactly how, this will affect the market moving forward. So on April 2nd, we've seen, we were able to see how much country were taxed in the US and how much, the US was going to, tax them back. And what we saw when it came to the UK was they were only taxing the US 10%. So Trump responded, hey, we're going to do 10% as well. After we seen April 2nd, a few days later, Trump then said, okay, I'm going to do a 90-day pause on doing these tariffs on countries. Let's come to the table and let's come to some type of agreement. And that's what we saw today between the UK and the US. So let's go ahead and jump into some things that, was mentioned today. Excuse me. So the US is dropping tariffs on British cars from around 25% to 10% for the first 100K they sent over to the US. After that, it's going to go back to 25%. The U.S. also is removing 25% tax on British steel and aluminum, and this is huge for the construction sectors and manufacturing as well. And the UK is now letting in U.S. beef tax-free at around 29 billion pounds of beef and chicken. But as long as it meets the, the protocol, the safety protocols within the UK, because they actually care about the people in their country and they're not going to allow them to be eating a whole bunch of, nonsense in their food. Okay. Now, when it comes to the aerospace, UK airlines are buying $10 billion worth of Boeing jets, and British plane makers are getting tax-free access to the US. So this is huge. Now, I do not trade options. I do not trade stocks, but I'm pretty sure that based on this information, we could have maybe seen a jump when it comes to the aerospace sector. I actually think I'm going to go check it out just to see. And now new collaborations is about to form between the UK and the US, which is going to be really great for both economies. So we're going to see new things, new tech collab coming, AI, biotech, quantum, big pharma. All those things are actually going to go to the next level as far as innovation. And all this is projected to unlock $5 billion in new U.S. exports and $6 billion in tariff revenue. So this is actually really great for both sides to come to this agreement. And I'm going to go ahead and show you, based off this information, how I was able to find a really great trade setup on GBP JPY. All right, so if we go ahead and take a look, right, we can clearly see, if we go look at the daily time frame, we can clearly see, right, as a matter of fact, we're going to pull out a little bit more. We're going to look at the weekly, okay? So we was really within this range for quite some time. We kept breaking below this, this support level. But every time we broke below it, we ended up coming right back and ranging, right? So one thing that I realized is that once I realized that every time we break out of this level, we end up coming back in, I said, okay, let me start looking for higher highs and higher lows on the smaller time frames. That's when I dropped down to a daily time frame, and I seen exactly that, right? We came down, we made this low, then we started to make higher highs and higher lows. So when the market actually came down to retest this level of support here, and we came down to test this level of support, that's when I was like, okay, I'm gonna start looking for buys. Now, when you take in the information that we got with Trump making an agreement with the UK, we realized that this is actually moving the UK in the right direction when it comes to as an economy, and the value of their currency is actually going to increase, right? And if you compare that to a country like the yen right now, who's semi-struggling, like the yen, I still, in my opinion, I'm still very bullish on the yen, but as of right now, short term, I'm not bullish on it. I'm bearish on it, right? I think that the yen is it still has some time to find its groove in the market before we can actually see it go up. And I would like to also mention that when we had the trade, the tariff announcement come on April 2nd, a lot of pairs that had the yen in it actually declined because the yen and the Swiss, when it comes to currency, the yen and the Swiss are considered safe havens. So everybody was dumping their money into the yen and safe havens. And that's why we're seeing things like GBP JPY, AUD JPY, CAD JPY, all those things started to come down. But that's no longer the case right now, right? So things actually move kind of fast. This is why it's important to stay up to date with this information. So boom, we go to the 4-hour time frame. once we came down, hit the support level, and my mouse is messing up. Oh man, because I just dropped it. Shit. But anyway, we came down to the support level, and then once we made this higher low and we started to push back up, I went ahead and entered right off this trade. And as you can see, in quite some profit. And I think that we can definitely continue to push up based off the fact that the UK is actually in good standing right now with the US compared to other countries. So I'm looking forward to seeing the other countries come to the table and make deals. And if we can get something like how we got today with the UK, then I could definitely see myself on the right side of the market and get into some really great trades. But just wanted to share this with you guys, and I trust that it will help you. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.